is 7:10. I'm heading up to the bus stop because I'm going to go on an adventure today that I'm going to take you on, but I will explain a bit more when I get there. So it's a bit of a grey day up in Oxford, but that is where I am today, and I'm going to take you on an adventure around my old stomping ground. So where I used to run, where I lived when I first moved down here almost 8 years ago now, and yeah, show you a bit more of Oxford. So just coming up through the science buildings in Oxford. There you got all the labs and bits and bobs. Pitt Rivers museum is a bit further back, and this leads on to what is another one of my favourite segments, the Marston Psychopath, aptly named because people speed down it on bikes and it's a bit dangerous for runners. But that's where we're going to go. There is a Strava segment on it, but it comes from the other direction, so I won't get a time on it today. But my personal record on it, when I last did it, when I lived up here, is 1:30. So maybe maybe not her. Maybe it's her. Yeah, my time on it is 1:30. So maybe one day I'll come back and I'll target it and try and get it. So this is the start of Marston Cycle Path, also known as Strava as Marston's Psychopath, and it connects with some of the parks. And this used to be part of my route coming back when I used to race the buses home. I mean, obviously they would take like 15 minutes to get into town, and I would take a lot longer. But I could pick the bus that I wanted to try and get home from Oxford when I moved to Abingdon, and then try and get to the bus stop before that bus got there. Because it was always usually traffic delays, that kind of gave me a slight advantage. But if I misjudged something or took a wrong turn, it would normally kind of end up completely scuppering the whole kind of mission. So yeah, sometimes you have to make your own fun. I don't wanna let myself down. So this is the main part of the segment, which looks easy enough up there, down there. The biggest challenge is because it's surrounded by kind of like, I think it's marshland either side. It floods when it rains a lot, and the amount I've run through here and then I ended up getting on the bus with absolutely soaking wet trainers is ridiculous. But you know, it makes for an adventure. You just can't run through water as fast as you can on flat ground. So it was normally better in summer than it was winter. It was a good challenge. Nonetheless. Take a chance. It could be possibly my last dance. My last dance. I don't wanna let myself down. Myself down. I don't wanna let myself down. Myself down. So the road I'm going up now is the road where I have my first place down here. It was a route. Just moved down here, started my first proper full-time job. Couldn't really afford flat or anything, so I rented a room, and it was on this road, as was my first job, so they were literally 5 minutes away from each other. And yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare of a hill, but you know, it's a bit of a blast from the past. So this is where I first started my adventures in Oxford and my journey to, well, basically being who I am today. It's a bit difficult to really show on camera. This is quite a steep hill. I used to walk up and down this every day to get to work because the bus stop was at the bottom. Which is fine when it's dry. When it snowed or it was slippy, it's absolutely treacherous. And yeah, caused quite a few problems, to say the least. I'm just coming down Headington past Headington School, big posh expensive looking place, and yeah, I'll go down Headington Hill, back into town, and then that should kind of wrap up my run. The whole thing is about 4 and a bit miles, so not too far, but a good distance, and then I'll be done. So that's Headington Hill done, and now we just got to go through St Clement's into town, and then I think I'm going to go for a coffee before I head home. Good news is the rain's dying down, not completely though. Into Oxford. I'm nearly done with my workout. I actually managed to do it in less than an hour, which is pretty good because I didn't think I'd be able to get up the hills as quick. So I'm going to take a detour, go down a lane that's part of, I think it's the Town and Gown and the Oxford half. It might only be the Town and Gown. Actually a couple of routes I've taken are part of one or both of them. And it's quite dry now, which is good. I am back from adventure number 3. I've just finished recording a video and I'm now just curled up in all the layers and fueled up on a bit more food, and now I'm going to go and have a cup of coffee. But that is adventure 3 done. 27 to go. I do need to tweak a couple of them because we are supposed to be going back up north for my nan's birthday at some point, but I need to wait for details on that. So there could be a couple of tweaks, which is bound to happen. But yeah, there's adventure 3 done. I'm going to find out what's for next week, but for now I'm just going to have coffee, chill, and catch up on editing. So yeah, thanks for watching.